So, hello everyone. This is the first video on my YouTube channel. So, we are starting with top interview 150, and our first question is merge sorted array. So, we will be solving this question. So, let us read the problem statement first. You are given two integer arrays nums1 and nums2 sorted in non-decreasing order. Basically, they are sorted arrays. And we are given two integers m and n representing the number of elements in nums1 and nums2. We need to merge nums1 and nums2 into single sorted array. The final sorted array should not be returned by function, but instead stored inside array nums1. So we need to modify the nums1 vector only. So let us try to solve this question. So we are given two arrays, call them nums1, 1, 2, 3, and nums2, saying 2, 5, and 6. So we need to add them in such a way that the final output is sorted array. So one of the very common and brute force approach can be that you simply add nums2 into nums1 like 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 6. Simple operation, and then you just sort this part. Sort nums1. So you can solve this question like this, but here the time complexity will be big O of n plus m log of n plus m, which is not favorable. If you are solving this question in an interview, the interviewer will say you to optimize it further. So what is the key thing that we are missing here? Like we are not utilizing the property that both the arrays are sorted. We could think of something like try to utilize this property, because if this would work even though both the arrays weren't sorted. So why they are given sort in the question? We need to think some way that utilizes this sort method. Okay, so let us try to figure out the approach. So hmm. So basically what we can do is, see, so I have nums1 as 1, 2, and 3. I also have nums2 as 2, 5, and 6. So what I can do is I can keep a pointer here, p1, let's say here is p2. And we could compare the values and keep on moving. So like who is smaller, 1 or 2? 1. So we can create a temporary vector. So we'll push 1 into temp. Now I will move this p1 further, and we will compare which is smaller, 2 or 2, both are same. So I could again move p1, 2, and p1 comes again here. Comparing 3 and 2, since p2 is smaller, I will put 2 here. Now p2 would be here. Comparing 3 and 5, 3 is smaller. Now p2, like p1 would be greater than m. M is the size of array of nums1. So after this has crossed, we know that 5 and 6 are the elements that are left. But since they are sorted, and the last element that has entered the temp one was smaller than the first element of all these remaining elements. What I'm trying to say is 3 is smaller than 5. So obviously any number that is greater than 5 will be greater than 3. So I could directly append this value here. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 6. We simply got a sorted array in our answer. So what is the condition is, we will run pointer 1 and we will run pointer 1 and pointer 2, pointer 1 until it is less than m, and pointer 2 until it is less than n in a while loop with the AND condition. And then we will check that value in p1 is smaller, value in p1 is smaller, or value in p2. If p1 is smaller, we will add p1 and do p1 plus plus. If in p2 is smaller, we would add p2 and do p2 plus plus. And we will keep doing this until our while loop ends. And at last, we need to check that which array has the remaining elements, and we will directly add those remaining elements to our temporary vector. And at last, we would copy the temporary vector into a nums vector. So what would be the time complexity of this approach? Since we are not sorting, so simply it would be linear big O of m plus n, and space complexity we are using an extra space of big O of m plus n. So this is our optimized approach. So let us try to code this. Okay. So let me have our pointer one. This is for the first array, int p2 is equals to 0. This is for the second array, and we will have a temporary vector. And now we will start our while loop. While p1 is less than m and p2 is less than n, we would simply check if nums1 p1 is greater than nums2 p2. We would push back nums of p2 here, and we would do p2 plus plus. And in the else part, we would push back nums of p1, and we would do p1 plus plus. So after this is done, we need to check for the remaining elements. So for remaining elements, we would write two loop separator here. Remaining elements, okay. So while p1 is less than m, we would simply write this, and while p2 is less than n, we would simply write this. Okay, so this will make sure that temp has all the vectors in sort order, and at last we would just copy the temp to nums1. So for int I is equals to 0, I less than temp dot size I plus plus temp of I, sorry, nums of I should be equal to temp of I. And since it's a void, we do not need to return anything. At last we could just write the return statement. And I think we are good to go. And let us try submitting it. Okay, so we got an error. Okay, so basically I think I have not written the identifier to the array here. The same problem here also. Nums2. Yeah, I think it should work now. So you can see that this solution got accepted, and now we can go and submit it. So let me click on the submit button. Yeah, so you can see this solution is accepted and submitted. So this was the solution to the problem. I hope you guys enjoy watching it, and please make sure to like the video and leave a comment that what all I can improve and what more type of content you guys want. And the links to the code I would be adding in the description very soon. Stay tuned for that, and make sure to comment and give an overview, a feedback. Thank you so much guys for watching.